What's going on, everybody? Been out here in the shop working on my boat. I have a 1984 Duracraft 1542, my grandfather's boat, and I got it from him a couple years ago. When I started looking at something, I noticed a crack in the transom, so I took the transom apart and I rebuilt the transom and made it a full metal transom, so there's no wood left in the transom. Put the full aluminum transom, add these pods. Well, last year I had a tree fall on my lean-to. The boat was under it. Bent a couple of spots in the bottom, and it was bent up from running over stuff for years, and there's still some of that on here. But I decided to pick up some aluminum plate or sheet aluminum, and I welded in between the two center, the keel and the outer rib. It's let me see if I can get this turned around. It's welded down the center, so I got 13 feet, 12 and a half feet of aluminum welded down, and I'm in the process of removing all the bottom paint because I purchased this stuff here. Let's see if I can get it open. It's the Fasco, what is stuff called? Super Slick. It's supposedly a super hard, super slick bottom coat for boats and jet skis and stuff like that. But I'm hoping with fixing those two things, because it had a lot of hooks in the bottom of it, and I think you could probably still see a few of them. Right there, there's a little bit of hook right there. Just bent up, dinged up from years of abuse. I mean, this thing's older than I am. I'm 37. This thing's 41 years old. But I rebuilt it, got rid of the about 18 mercury that was on it, and I bought a Tahatsu 30. I like it. I do wish that I would have went ahead and got to 60. Plain and simple. Because if I'd have gone to a 40, I was trying to save weight, so I went with the 30. But it's been painted. It's been used past 2 years, so some of the paint's chipping. I'm gonna repaint this. Got the 30 horse 4-stroke, custom built capitation plate. I got I took the 18 off, put that on here after I rebuilt the transom, built it up from a 15-inch transom to a 20-inch transom. Got a 4-inch manual jack plate. I added the pods, and I'm hoping this will pick some of the speed back up, because when I first had this motor on here, with just me in the boat, I could easily get 31, 32 miles an hour. After full break-in, and then after I ran over a stump down at Lake Seminole the first year I had it, and I know I bent the bottom because there was 3 of us in the boat, and we pivoted on it like had to get out of the boat and stand on another stump to get the boat off. So I'm hoping with adding this in here, these aluminum sheets in through here, it gives it a nice smooth surface. I know it's not super smooth on the outside because I didn't do it on the outer ribs, but it's one of those things that I thought about getting a new boat, but this was my grandfather's and I just had no reason. It does everything I needed to do. But I'm about to finish getting the bottom of this ground down, get all the paint off like I started over here. Pretty much got it all out. That was with a 80 grit wire sanding wheel. I'll do this side, and then same thing down the center, just to, I guess, rough it up a little bit, get this bottom cleaned up. And then hopefully tomorrow I plan on putting the first coat. Well, both coats, because you have to do it within a certain amount of time with each other. But I bought 2 quart kits to do the bottom. This 1 quart kit is, I think it says a quart kit will do a 30 square foot. And I figured at the bottom of this, the part that I'm doing is roughly 44 square feet. So I went ahead and bought the second kit so that I could make sure that all of my welds are covered good, all of my rivets are covered good, do the entire bottom plus the bottom of the pods. I went ahead and bought 2 kits, so I make sure everything's got a good thick coat on it. Get it all cleaned up. So hopefully, after I get done with the grinding on this and get all the paint off, and a little bit down the side, I'm probably only going to come up the side here about where that tape line was, where I ripped the paint off from a crappy paint job I threw on it. About 2 inches up the side. So right about where it starts curving to the bow, it'll go to the bottom, and then about 2 inches up the side. So we'll be back in a little bit when I get done with this grinding. All right, got the whole boat bottom sanded and diffs down. So everything has been hit with some 60 grit to make it all nice and have something for this epoxy to stick to. So now, about to tape it off and put first coat on, looks like. Well, got it taped around all the way up around the bow. I gotta run and go get some masking paper. So in the morning, I'll get some masking paper and get the slick bottom on, which will be, a couple seconds for y'all, but we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Get out the door, get things going. Got to run to the store and pick up let's get the dog out. Put him up. Come on, Troop. Gotta run to the store, pick up some masking paper so I can finish up this boat. My boykin inside was going crazy, and I was like, what the hell? Well, packages got delivered. Boat parts. It's always nice to get boat stuff. So let's walk out here to the shop. Oh, neighbor's up and grinding on something over there. He builds fire pits and rocket stoves, and just here recently got into making smokers. So, y'all know anybody wants a pretty nice reverse flow or offset smoker? I know somebody. Let's get in the shop here. Get in the shop and open these boat parts up before we run to the store. This here should be the head kit. Yep, that's turning point propellers. I've got like 6 props already, 4 or 5 props I think, for this boat. I just haven't found one that I like that does exactly what I want. And this is, I went with this one because it's a little bit bigger diameter. So you get, I was reading some things behind it. It's supposed to be pretty good. But if I like it, then I may turn around and order a stainless prop in the same pitch, which is probably what's going to wind up happening anyway. Probably going to end up buying a PowerTech SRA 3. But one thing I can say about turning point, I had one on one of my last boats. Compared to some of the other boat propellers that are out there, it's got more of that, I think what they call the Yamaha. It's got more of that cup and, sharper rake to it than some of the others. 10" by 11. 10" by 12. That's actually a Mercury branded prop. I bought a bunch of props from a guy. He had a bunch of them. He had a boat very similar to mine, had the same motor, and he did exactly what I'm probably going to wind up doing. And this is a 10 by 10. Plus I got a 10 by 12 Solus on the boat, but it has been worked a little bit. I've done some work on it, And it does get good. I added just a little bit of cup to it. And it does good, but I bought that other one because supposedly Yamaha or Tohatsu's like big props. But that's not the reason for this video. This video is about doing these. I don't really know what the reason for this video is. But let's get trash cleaned up. Yeet. Score. All right, let's get to the store, pick up some more masking paper because I completely forgot to pick some up yesterday. And when I get it picked up, we'll be back so that we can see about getting this bottom coat on. Yep. That is about half the boat. We're gonna get the other one mixed up and pour it. Got the whole boat covered. So 2 coats all the way around. And now all we got to do is just let it sit. And as it sits in just a little bit, I'll come out here and pull the masking off. All right, so Got the bottom coat done. I came back out here a little bit earlier and pulled the masking off. The masking is, or it is unmasked. So I'll show y'all what it looks like. Now, I sent a picture over to my buddy and he goes, "That looks like poop." Which, it's actually the color I wanted. I wanted like a Hershey's brown color because I'm actually repainting the boat. Same base color, but I'm doing the old school, like heirloom camo, Drake camo. Just wanted something different than my normal bottomland that I do everything in. So it is done. It's been a couple hours since I got done with it, but it's still got some time to set up. But that's it. That's all of it for today, or for this video. I'm gonna try to remember and video when I get it on the trailer and get it all ready to paint. So yeah, like I said earlier, I gotta paint the cowl and that bottom shroud there. So I'll get those painted up. So hopefully we'll get this thing back on the trailer soon, and in the next video we'll look at painting it. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good one.